I will call to order the Prairie Hill Community Consolidated School District number 133, Winnebago County regular board meeting to order on April 30th, 2025 at 5:31 p.m. Yep. Okay. Mr. Crouch?
Here.
Mrs. Abell? Here. Mrs. Dixon? Here. Mr. Keller?
Here.
Mrs. Anderson? Here. Mr. Hendricks? Mrs. Allenbacher? Here. We all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everybody. First of all, it looks we have somebody who wants to speak today. Wondered why his presence was in the room. Mr. Ryans, are you ready?
Sure.
You're signed up. You signed up. I was like, you're number one. I went for it.
I'm like, I told Allison, I'm like, usually, you guys just end up making conversation anyway, but I'm like, I'll make it official and put it on there. I just came over, I told, Glenn earlier, I've been digging holes to plant trees and then changing for meetings and then back.
Oh my God.
So I've been to school and back, and I still have to finish planting the trees, so I'll make this quick, but just say thank you for, people that are leaving and new ones coming in, welcome, and, you know, when you're a teacher and you're in negotiations and all those over the years, you're like, dang, man, will the board just give a little bit? We're giving our blood, sweat, and tears. And but at the same time, being appreciative of a job that's probably a lot of times thankless. And so I want to make sure that I say thank you for your time and the whole board, but especially when people are coming and serve time for our district and community. So that's cool. That's it.
Perfect.
Thank
you. That's really nice.
He's
gonna go next.
It's gonna start raining. You wanna get that tree in.
What's that?
It's gonna rain soon. You're gonna wanna get that
I
tree.
know, I got to hustle, so.
Yeah.
I know, Springfield trip, so.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Rhines, I will say all the kids are excited that you're coming to summer camp again.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. They weren't gonna sign up until they heard you were gonna do it.
That'll be a good bag.
Yes, I did have it. Nope, I saw there's like highlights that are new for me. Okay, just to make it official, I do need to declare that a quorum is present with 6 of us. Okay, all right, you say so. All right, so this is a fun one for us because we are saying goodbye, obviously, as Mr. Rhines just pointed out to some, but we're also welcoming new ones. So we will get to that part of the meeting here in just about 10-15 minutes. But first, we're going to do Pride of Prairie Hill. Jackie?
Josh, you want to talk a little bit about the permaculture?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Right, so as many of you know, over the course of the last probably 6 years, I would say, we have really expanded everything out the windows behind you and to the side of you and even inside as well. So we have both a permaculture club, which is who we're honoring tonight, but also I have to reference Caterpillar as well because they are part of it and they kind of all work together. We have 5 goats, sometimes ducks, sometimes chicks. We have some bunny friends that you'll see there. And we are approaching gardening season. So as you can see behind you, which is part of the reason why it smells like earth in the library when you walk in at times. We are planning, the permaculture club is planning all of they started as seedlings and are now developing into something larger that they will transfer outside to the garden. The fence that is out there is a new addition that Mr. Elster spearheaded and which Heller and other members of the permaculture club have helped build to make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. The white figure in the back corner is like a hydro
It's a.
hydro flex farm.
Yes.
So there's no dirt actually in there, but everything grows from water, from my understanding,
Yeah.
and the lights. So that is Mr. Alstrom, I believe, wrote a grant to get that in here. He's also working on writing a grant for a larger greenhouse that we would put out back. So keep extending, keep growing this part of our school, which is really a large hit amongst our students as well. And without the students and without the, we would not be able to maintain it because, as any of you know, we tried to dabble in gardening and it's not easy work. And taking care of pets is not easy work either. My kids and I came up to get pumpkins in the fall with goats. I opened it up and it was pretty funny. We were all out here and like the goats were just running away from all of us. So I was like, Tara, who's our nurse, I said, how do you get these goats back in here? So I learned a trick of like shaking food in dishes like you would a dog or something like that. And they just run right back in. Needless to say, there's a lot of moving parts. The physical labor with the garden, especially taxing. So tonight we are recognizing our permaculture club participants and all of the hard work they do throughout the year to keep this a thriving, growing unit. The fall is always fun because they get to make stuff that from the garden. So there's a salsa, they do salsa. Boys, what else have you guys done?
We have done phase one, sometimes we do that last. That's basically. Scale. Yeah.
And then you'll see too, they put out tables in the front, like so for drop off and pick up, you can come and like get different vegetables and take them home. Like two, or just for, donations only. They get large zucchini, large, there's jalapenos in there. Other hot pepper, that's a great thing. So we will recognize.
And that starts next week.
Mhm.
So-
The
Yeah,
sale,
the
definitely.
sale
Yes.
starts next week. So you'll start.
Shameless plug.
So there are a lot of names that I will read off of students who are here participate. I believe, Mrs. Keller, you're my only representative of the adult. But as I mentioned, Mr. Alstrom plays a large part in that process, and then Mrs. Duncan as well. Mrs. Del Santo, who is now not, who's been care of her here for a long time as well, helps a lot. So thank you for that. But I'm going to thank personally Bryce and Camden Garrett. You guys want to come on up because we're. I'm going to take your picture. You guys don't need to take pictures, read names.
Oh, so much.
Great.
All right. What do you want to say? Keller, would you like to join the photo? Okay. Bring her purple shirt.
She won that time.
Yeah.
So
Great job.
She's gonna wear it on.
She is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will recognize the other names who aren't here this evening, but we'll give these to them when they're at school. A lot of them are fifth graders, or fifth graders went off to Upper Woods today, which is why they're not here. So we have Huxley Coomer, Isabella Silva, Daniela Lewis, Logan Merton, Gracie Smitley, Liliana Nelson, Camden Suter, Ellie Goading, Finley Goading, Ainsley Huckins, Dide Fasolojo, Eli Keller, Asher Willie, Olivia Mashashek, Avery Rehab, Brianna Weir, Oliver Vanek, Mallory Henschel, Elizabeth Thompson, Ruth Toll, Jonathan Toll, and Lindley Gaudet. As you can tell, it's a very well-attended club. Yeah, and growing. No pun intended.
Growing.
Growing.
That's
Thank you,
great.
Captain. You're welcome. Yeah.
I'll say at this point, just so you guys know, you are absolutely welcome to leave. If you don't want to stay, we won't be offended.
For coming.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you for coming.
I got my six swim to this.
Oh.
We're like,
Next on the agenda, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda unless anybody has any questions.
Make a motion to approve.
We need to state all the items on it too.
Yep.
So
Make a motion to approve the March regular meeting, March committee meeting minutes, April bills, April payroll, April treasurer's report, student next.
The April bills were for a total of $416,354.07. April payroll was $219,019.69.
I'll second the motion. Mrs. Lombacher,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
yes.
Mrs. Dixon.
Yeah.
Mrs. LaBelle,
Yes.
Mr. Crouch.
Yes.
Administrative reports. Mr. Carter, you going first?
Sure. It's been about 6 weeks, so it's been a busy month. Spring break, everybody came back ready to go. Right before spring break, our fourth graders every year do a service project fundraiser. They elected to go with True Haven. It was a great success run by the team and the students. We raised $3,050 for True Haven.
Nice.
As well as a lot of supplies. So they were able, winning 3 classes were Miss S. Vander class, Miss Nathan's class, and Miss Coon's class. They got desserts and a game of kickball with me as a reward. Those 3 classes, along with all the fourth graders, were treated to the bird assembly. We even came back and brought in some live birds. It was a great presentation. We saw an owl. And they had a duck roaming through some lines of kids. They got to pet a duck. There was also a rabbit there. I do have a couple pictures that I will send out in my May periodical on Friday. IAR was completed this month by all our 3rd and 4th graders. The new platform was a little bit interesting, but a special shout out to all the teachers and Mrs. Andrews and Joe for their help navigating through that. And it really was all hands on deck. Jack's Story Garden is under construction. The pillars have been put in over the weekend. At this point, it doesn't look like we had originally hoped to open it up by the end of the school year, but it doesn't look like it'll be finished this in May. So we're looking at doing a more formal dedication when the students return in the fall. The 4th grade music concert is coming up on Wednesday here at 6:30. Before that, Fitness Day is coming up. I got to observe that last year before I officially took over the position. That was a really fun day. It's Friday the 16th this year. So kind of a bigger change. We're actually going to be utilizing the back field for additional parking. One of the things that I noticed last year was there was a lot of cars kind of in the neighborhood, even parking on Willowbrook. So Jimmy and I have been talking about setting up hopefully about another 100 spaces on that back field to get cars away from the neighborhood in Willowbrook in particular. We'll see how it goes. I'm planning on sending a specific like Screencastify. I did one of those for the parking lot.
Mhm.
I'll make one of those and send it out hopefully by next Friday the 9th. Is that the 9th? Yeah.
Yep.
So that they can kind of see, kind of the expectations. And Mr. Jimmy has even volunteered to help direct traffic that day. So looking forward to that. Our interview teams have been working tirelessly. I'd like to special shout out for them. We've had several gen ed positions to fill. There's a couple of them on the docket tonight. They have worked really hard. We've got a couple of great candidates for approval. Our scheduling team has completed what I call our first final rough draft for next year. We're going to spend time in the August SIP day to tweak and collaborate with the incoming staff and looking at student schedules to make sure we're meeting every student's needs to the best of our ability. We had a Wolverine Way assembly yesterday that will also be in the periodical. We recognized students demonstrating responsibility. For May, it's appropriate. Our character trait this month is perseverance. We're going to make it through May. And that assembly will be the last day of school. which is Friday the 30th, which will also be our Rupert Thursday. So, good deal. And thank you all for your service to the board.
All right, so going back, we'll just take a quick moment to shout out our charity game that happened before spring break. Many of you who are here attended in some shape or form. So that's just a tradition we've done over the years to, Mr. Rhines started it. It's called the Tony Barlow Charity Game. But one of the big things that we do is we raise not only money, but also donate to the Beloit Domestic Women's Shelter. So that's something that every year they kind of reach out to us after the fact and talk about how grateful they are for our contributions. It's also just a really fun time for staff to students. Help that build those relationships, but also kind of have some payback on the court, whether it's in volleyball or basketball. A lot of fun, we had a lot of hands on deck. It's a great event. After spring break, we did kick off our IAR testing and ISA testing here at the middle school. So again, Joe and Kim were vital in making sure that that was run smoothly throughout the building. As the state always does, just they change the format of things every year just for fun. So that there were some new things with that. Kim and Joe came in clutch. But everything went well, and as of yesterday, we were 100% finished. Everybody it, all makeups are done, really great feeling. The musical, for any of you who attended it this last weekend, Julie Bucha and Kira Griffin put on a really fantastic musical called Mean Girls Junior. So the name is Mean Girls and where it came from. It was a wonderful production. It was really fun. There was a lot of character. I would think it's really interesting to see students in a different light than you might see them in the classroom. So kudos to everybody who was part of that, the crew, the cast. Haley and Kira obviously did a phenomenal job. I'm sure you saw it many times. Yeah. As we mentioned, the garden is up and running and in the process of being started this year. So our permaculture club is very important with the staff. We have a plethora of field trips happening as our year kind of winds down. This week in particular, we have fifth graders went to Upham this morning, so they will be on until Friday. Really hoping that it doesn't rain like it's supposed to for them up there. Tomorrow, our eighth graders go to Springfield, so we leave here at 5:15. So we took a time as well. We'll be back Friday, and then Friday, our sixth graders go to medieval times. So we have a lot of moving parts this week. Another thing over the last month, we did acknowledge librarian and it's like Library Appreciation Day. And just we've mentioned it before, but I think it's really important to note that we are a district that has a one-to-one capacity with Chromebooks. We have a lot of repairs that definitely in middle school need to happen on a daily basis. And with just Mr. Schlegel as our tech person in the district, the repairs can be overwhelming just to tend to. So we used to section 2 Hananiga. But this year, Kelly Williams, who is our librarian, just basically took on teaching herself how to fix Chromebooks. And with some conversations from Joe and myself, she has really become vital to getting Chromebooks back in the hands of kids more quickly. So I can't thank her enough for that. And it's been really amazing to feel the things that she literally watches YouTube videos and a really cool individual because she used to work for NASA and she's engineering background and she's really happy reading books. You can ask her about any book that you want to know and she can tell you. But additionally, she figured out how to repair Chromebooks and she have kids things that get them back to them. The turnaround is just much quicker, which is great because in middle school we rely on that quite a bit. So kudos to her. It was also Administrative Professionals Day. So just a shout out to Chris Pershka here for the lead in Littlebrook. She is obviously, the one who kind of deals all the calls and all the parents and all the students. It's essential to the function of our day-to-day, and especially to me when I can't be in all the things that she gets me in fact. She texts me whether she's like, "Are you dead? I need to find you anywhere. It's where you're here." So she definitely makes sure our friends are on. So thank you to her. May 9th, coming up, we have our last lead day of the year. This one we particularly focus around mental health awareness. So Katie Sarzinski, who's our social worker, she has prepared myself and the help of the PE department. We prepared a day where there are service projects involved. We have a guest speaker coming to speak to students about radical empathy. We have a PEP assembly, and then another lesson involved throughout the day. So students will go through different rotations and different activities for last lead day of the year. And then last but not least, to those of you who are stepping down after tonight from the board, I want to thank you for always being so supportive. And Jason, you and I are back, especially a long time, so it's going to be weird not to be here, on the board. So thank you very much. Staff, since I've known, it's been amazing and very supportive. So thank you for your time, and Josh as well. Here, but you guys have been a phenomenal part of the board. So those of you that are coming, I welcome you, and I'm excited to work with you or continue to work with you. Your turn. Tag.
Hey, just a few updates from the committee of the whole. Obviously, tonight we'll have the reorganization of the board, so a few more old business things to take care of here, and then we'll adjourn this meeting and then head into the new with the new oaths and all of the fun stuff that surrounds. The consolidated title grant, I will get that done for the May board meeting. We'll have that approved so we can approve that so we can get our title 1, 2, and 4 grants for the next school year. So look for that. That's that big, we say consolidated, but it's a big grant. So that'll get done and approved in May. I wanted to give you an update on our Red Rover timekeeping function that we're taking a look at. So we met, Lisa and I met with them yesterday. They're working on the back end. So the idea is to have a soft rollout on July 1 with those that are LOV employees working during the summer. And then we can kind of work out the kinks on that and then have that up and running full steam by August 1st. So that's our timeline there. Another just quick update with the water heater storage tank at Prairie Hill. Obviously, we've talked about that at nauseum the last several months. And tonight we're looking for that solution to have Miller, recommending Miller to replace that with a tankless water system. So as we know, the water in South Beloit's not the best. And it can have sediment at the bottom and rust and all the things. So this tankless system should be a lot easier to maintain, as well as provide the amount of water that we need for the kitchen and other areas. One other thing that I want to mention too, before my final thing is I'll be recommending Royal Refuse, for our garbage disposal and recycling systems here starting July 1. They're actually in the audience here. They came to say hello without any prompting or anything. They told Jimmy we want to show up. So if you have any questions, you can let them know. But I've given you the quotes from all of the other services. They are a 1-year contract, so I figured that's good for us and good for them, so we can see if the partnership works out. And then obviously we'll give Waste Management their notice here within the next week or so. And then the final thing, like everybody else has said, including Mike Ryan, I just want to say a personal thank you to Jason, Steph, and Josh. Your guidance, wisdom, and willingness to put your heart and soul into the school board. As you know, being on the school board feels like a thankless, tireless job at times, and sometimes we have good times, more good times than bad. But I do appreciate everything that you've done for us and helping us be one of the best districts in the area. I appreciate your faith in the administration and staff to continuously trust what we do is always in the best interest of the Prairie Hill community. So without your support, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You two are thinking about walking out, you can't. I'm like, uh-oh. I saw those looks on your face. I was like, oh no.
The pay is terrible.
I love hearing thankless job. All right.
It's not, but it's sometimes might feel that.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Administrator. Good updates. Going on to subcommittee reports. Clint kind of touched on it, but there are the teachers here, and I feel like I don't know how many months I'm gonna say this before I stop saying this, but we recently changed the structure of the board meetings. We now do a committee of a whole meeting 2 weeks before the school board meeting. So we were in here as a public meeting on April 16th. And at that time, we kind of go into what the details you used to hear us talk about in these board meetings. Now we're doing it 2 weeks before as a whole group. So this next part, when we vote on things and stuff, is going to go a little faster than it normally would. And we won't have as much conversation about it because we literally just had conversation about it 14 days ago. So if you have any questions because you weren't here, want more details, just raise your hand or holler. Okay. Moving on from that spiel, building and finance. Yeah, okay. I would like to entertain a motion to approve Miller Engineering for the Prairie Hill water tank replacement. Total will be $24,528. It is a tankless system. I mentioned it already.
I'll make a motion to approve Miller Engineering to replace the tank with a tankless system.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. LaBelle?
Yes.
Mrs. Allenbacher?
Yes.
Mr. Crouch?
Yes.
All right. Entertain a motion to approve waste and recycling service for a 1-year contract with Royal Refuse.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mrs. Allenbacher?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Crouch?
Yes.
Mrs. LaBelle?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon?
Yes.
Any other building and finance business that anyone has additional questions on or anything? We're here. No? Great. Education and transportation. We have no action items. Anybody have any other questions? Okay. Policy.
The only thing I'll mention is it looks like you put the press, it came a couple days ago or something. So I did see that. Looks like we'll be looking at that next committee of the whole. So
Just missed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Just missed it.
It's not probably medium size. I wouldn't say.
Come and hang out, hear what's going on.
No. Okay. FOIA request.
There were quite a few.
There are quite a few on here.
Yes, we had 10 requests from one email address, basically with various years for expenses paid to vendors in excess of $500 for all those fiscal years. I think it went back all the way to 1998. And so that was a fun one to put together. And then we had the Painters Union ask for invoices for any recent paint purchases or any upcoming projects. And then we had one from a guy named Michael Aiel, who would like to be referred to as W, the letter. And it was a 28-page PDF requesting some various things about some laws and stuff that don't even apply to the school. So we basically, that's the only one we denied. And then there was the data branch research team. They wanted a spreadsheet containing all purchase orders from January 1st, 2020 to present. I responded to all of them except for the W one.
I mean, he wants to be referred to.
No. And number 7 on his request was information about any conversations. So
That-
move on.
It's a first.
Yeah.
A lot of schools in the area received the same thing, and legal just gave us what to say, and we denied it.
I like having a conversation about something in 1983.
Next on the agenda is to recognize the wonderful board members that are leaving. Right, but I told you if there's any chance of it, I'm handing it off. Just like it takes, like,
All right, so if you'll notice, those of you that are leaving, and Josh is not here, on the back of your nameplates that you'll take home tonight, they have your years of service. It's also to give you a plaque for the Pride of Prairie Hill.
Can you turn around, Jason? I want to see it. Oh, I can't see that far, but I know it has a really big number on
It's
it.
really sweet.
Always Prairie Hill School District.
How many?
This says 2012 through 2025.
And why are you looking like that?
Wrong.
2011, September of 2011, but this is just his.
Sweet.
Yes.
14 years nonetheless. We won't deny you the 14 years.
14
Yeah,
years.
will you come up?
Oh, you're not too.
Oh, you thought you could be in the picture.
You want both? Here.
Just for the record, when I took the president role 4 years ago, it was on the, like, only if I could hand all retirement letters, anything that has like, I did, right? Do you remember? It was like, there was one caveat to this position.
Like,
I'm
nothing
not reading
sentimental.
a resignation letter or anything in a certificate form that is sad. So because I'm sitting up here, that rule still applies. Yeah. All right. At this time, I need to entertain a motion to enter executive session to discuss appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, 2C1, and negotiations, 2C2.
Motion?
I'll second.
Ms. Wallbacher?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yeah.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon?
Yeah.
Mrs. Bell?
Yes.
Mr. Couch?
Yes.